Hey, you ready to talk about Dragonflight? Because I am. Let's get into it. I love that it's based on dragons. Okay, it's about time that we have a race of dragons in a fantasy game, and it's in the fantasy game and playable. I like that we have dragons. There's nothing more I need to say about the Dracthyr race. It's a dragon. It's really good. It's going to be great for people that like to do fantasy, POV, roleplay. Whether that be It's also good because it's going to teach a lot of people about the dragon lore that probably don't already know about it or don't want to pick up a book. Because not everyone enjoys reading. So that's cool. The character personalization goes so in-depth the Dracthyr, and that's the other thing I really like about this. There's a bunch of new personalization that's added to the Dracthyr, specifically the balayage hair. If you're not already guessing, I really like hair. I like colourful, vibrant hair. I think it looks really cool on a person, but it looks even better on a dragon. So now you can balayage your hair, which basically, in simple terms for you men out there, it means like one colour to another. That was very sexist. Sorry, there may also be men that know what the term balayage is. Holy shit, I thought it was fucking live. I thought I pressed the start record button and not the stream button. Someone just followed me. Thank you for following my Twitch channel. Crawly crawl. Nice. Anyway, I was looking about hair. Yes, vibrant colors. So down for that. Also, ear cuffs. If you don't already cannot tell, I like ear cuffs, and they're adding ear cuffs as a jewelry customization for dragons, which is so freaking cool. I also like that you can switch between the dragon human form and the dragon form. That's really awesome because they did it with Worgans, and that worked so well because you can like just switch between whichever version that you want while you are going about the world of Azeroth. Very glad that they've done that because it's more control for the player, which is dope. Chokers and collars also are being part of the actual body of the Dracthyr, so I don't know if the choker is to do with like maybe the skin color or the hair color that you choose. It seems to be part of the body, which kind of sucks. I feel like we can, you know, we have a slider for chokers and necklaces for night elves, so I feel like we could have probably had it for Dracthyr, but hey, if you want to cut corners, you can cut corners. I'm just glad that I can put a choker on a male Dracthyr. Profession overhauls as well. I'm really excited for that because I feel like it will help guilds specifically because it doesn't require both parties to be online at the same time in order to like transact money and skill in turn for a physical object within the game. Passive income, there we go. You're like passively contributing to the game, generating income through the new like professions overhaul, which I think is really cool. And also specifically with guilds as well, is that my guildie doesn't have to be online in order to create something for me, which is great because I will use them more to like do things for me, not in that way. Moving on to things that I'm meh about. So, I mean, this could be good, but it also like would need work, or I'm like hesitant about it. Talent trees. Yeah. Talent trees. Look, I completely understand that this gives freedom back to players to play around with their builds and their talents and the ability to be able to change certain abilities if there's too many like CCs or you just want a better utility spell. I get that. You can adapt your playstyle based on the party. Let me say 2 words, okay? Ready? Wowhead or icy veins. What we have right now is basically, what, like 3 columns of talents, and there is like a go-to set for PvP, PvE, dungeons or raids, and then like no one ever touches it otherwise, because there's already people that data mine this stuff, and they put all the stuff in the spreadsheet, and they work out the best kind of like thing for it, right? That's what's gonna happen. Because although there's like loads of abilities on the tree and stuff like that, there is going to be a set path to follow, supplied by Icy Veins or Wowhead for people that actually put the effort in to find the best sort of thing. And then people are just not going to swap it regardless. Similar to what happened with conduits, we had like a... It wasn't a tree, it was more like a shrub of a conduit shrub. And you could adapt your playstyle based on the content that you were doing by going back to your thing and change it. No one ever did it, but that was the concept. It's that, but instead of a shrub, it's a tree. So, like, what's the point? People are gonna pick a certain thing and then stick with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. The only way we'll know is by actually seeing this play out in real time when it releases. So maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe I'll be incorrect. I don't know. The flying. The dragon flying. The dynamic flight. Copied and pasted from Guild Wars. I said that right. Guild Wars. Yeah. Initially, it looked really cool. Like, it does look really, really cool. I'm excited that they're building something new into the game. And I'm going to hope that they're building the Dragon Isle with this sort of flight in mind. As in, there will be loads of things to jump off and whiz around and explore and things that you kind of need Dragonflight in order to experience. I basically don't want to be able to experience the island walking. That's what I'm trying to say. Current flight in the game, it wastes the time and effort of the developers. All of the stuff, we kind of just sort of don't see it because we're too busy flying around everywhere, you know? This is why I hated when they brought flying into the Eastern Kingdoms, because all of a sudden it wasn't like an achievement to get on top of the Goldshire Inn. You know, you had to like get on the mailbox and then you got onto the first roof and then you stepped back and then you like jumped onto the other sticky out bit and then you got on the roof and you sat there and you looked down at other people and you're like, heh, you peasants. But now people, you know, they fly up and they just sit there. And it was kind of just a bit like, oh, we can fly everywhere now. Like, there's so much potential as well that can come from this, like, dynamic flight that I just hope that they see the potential and they add to it, they expand to it. They don't just, like, stick it in the game, stick it in the island and be like, okay, that's it, that's done. They can add so much potential to the Dragon Isles by adding achievements and toys and mogs and adding a skill progression to the flight by giving it authority and a reason to revisit because people are completionists. So adding like a mechanic to it, like a game or something like that, that would work really, really well. Something like that would be dope, a reason to go back and visit, you know? Otherwise your pet would just starve and you wouldn't get him. Things that I've just realized never introduced myself. Hey, my name is Rage. I do this a lot. I rant a lot. I just kind of stuck the camera on and here we are. Nice to meet you. If you never see me before, it's because I hide from YouTube quite a lot. But I'm always on my Twitch, so go there, I guess. Anyway, things I hate. I'm gonna save the one that I really hate until the last, but I'm ready for it. The Evoker class. Hey, nah. Nah, nah. No, big disappointment. I understand that Legion brought Demon Hunters and alongside that Havoc and Vengeance and melee DPS and tank. So it was about time that the new expansion brought a range DPS, which by the way is cool, but also a healer to balance things out. You're a fucking dragon. You're a dragon. And you want to be a healer. You're a dragon. Right? In fantasy games, like across the whole genre, dragons are meant to be the most deadliest creatures with the most incredible thick armor that it is an achievement to kill one and put it on your body as your own armor. Like, dragons are meant to be these big boy, beefy, tanky boys. And we're being a hairy, fairy healer. It's just, I know, I'm disappointed. You know, the f***ing dragons, man. Like, what are you doing? I also get that it's based on, like, Straza. That's something that Stream said to me a lot when they were like, yeah, but Rage is based on, like, Straza the Lifebinder. She's a healer. I get that. I fully get that. What do you think? Yeah, you tell him. Uh-huh. Oh, she's on her way to Blizzard's offices right now. But my final point about the Dragonflight expansion, this is the one that aggravates me the most. So much so, I have to have a support animal here to prevent me from just imploding from anger. The UI overhaul. Okay. Imagine this. You are waking up on a Saturday morning. The sun's coming through the blinds and the coffee is already brewing downstairs. You plan to make a full English breakfast. sausage, eggs, beans, hash brown, tomatoes, and toast. This is the ultimate Saturday morning. This is your responsibility as an English person to put this on. This is what you're known for. So you head downstairs, you go to that bread bin, and you pull out a wrap. So you go over to the fridge, you open it up, and you pull out tomato ketchup. You put it all on the counter, and you put it together. That is your English breakfast. This is what you've become. You dirty casual. That's what the developer team has done to the World of Warcraft UI. They had everything that they were known for, the iconic design, the layout, the logos, and they've just thrown it away and traded it for a copy of Elf UI. They were so lacking in innovation that they went to a third-party add-on designer and went, yep, we'll have that. Yoink! Right, the dockable UI, I agree. It's really good. We should have had that feature years ago. Dockable UI, great. A slimline or simplified UI is very welcomed at this point. I totally agree. But don't get rid of the unique art design that the game is known for since the very beginning. I'm talking the metal bars that exist not just on the current UI, but also on the character selection screen, like on the minimap, character profiles, and the icons throughout the entire UI. The Griffin logo that they're Wait, I forgot, they're putting that through Microsoft Paint, aren't they? My bad. They're ditching the very fundamental design that the game is known for and replacing it with a forgettable, simple overlay. Gross. I know that there's full potential to have a UI button to revert back to the original UI, but I know that they will definitely not include the quality of life features as they will on this new UI. But that's what makes the whole thing more annoying. They are disregarding everything that made WoW unique from a design point of view and replacing it with a forgettable overlay. It just sucks to see it.